Let's talk about the weather, a topic that's suddenly become a lot more dramatic than it used to be. Have you noticed how your local forecast now sounds like a disaster movie trailer, complete with suspenseful music and urgent voices? It's not just cold anymore. It's a life-threatening cold snap with catastrophic impacts that could change your life in an instant. Suddenly, every cold front is a polar vortex invasion, as if Dennis Quaid is about to burst through your door and lead you to safety. But think back. Just a few years ago, a cold day was just that. A cold day. You'd put on an extra sweater and get on with your life. Maybe you'd hear a frost advisory, or a hard freeze warning, and that was the extent of the drama. You knew to cover your plants, maybe let the faucet drip and move on. Now your phone screams at you with dire warnings, blaring alarms and flashing red symbols that sound like they're straight out of a Hollywood script. So, what changed? Why has the language of weather gone from routine updates to full-blown apocalyptic warnings? We've shifted from simple temperature updates to emotional, urgent pleas that seem designed to grab your attention. And, maybe, your anxiety. Terms like bomb cyclone and generational cold event are everywhere now, crafted to jolt you out of complacency and make you pay attention. Sure, sometimes people are too casual about the cold, but when every chill is labeled historic or unprecedented, you have to wonder, are things really getting more dangerous? Or are we just being told to be more afraid than ever before? This isn't just a tweak in vocabulary, it's a fundamental shift in how risk is communicated to the public and how we're expected to respond. It's the difference between a simple, wet floor sign and a bold red danger, slippery surface may lead to irreversible injury. Warning. One is information, the other is a call to action, maybe even to fear. One informs you, the other tries to manage your behavior through fear, urgency, and sometimes even panic. So as you bundle up for the next historic cold snap, ask yourself, does this dramatic language really keep us safer? Or is there something else going on beneath the snow and headlines? Are we truly being protected, or are we just being conditioned to react, to worry, and to tune in for the next big scare? The answer might be more complicated than the forecast itself. Let's dig in and find out what's really driving this new era of weather warnings. Flashback to the 1990s, weather warnings were simple, straightforward, and factual, often delivered with a calm demeanor. The National Weather Service would issue a winter storm watch or freeze warning, and you'd decide if you needed a hat or an extra layer. The system was about data, not drama, focusing on delivering the essentials without embellishment. Fast forward to today, the NWS now uses impact-based warnings, a more dynamic and engaging approach. Instead of just cold, it's now life-threatening cold, emphasizing the severity. Instead of merely wind, it's a damaging wind threat, highlighting potential dangers. Color-coded tags like catastrophic and extreme bombard your senses, demanding attention. The message isn't just, it's cold, it's, this cold will hurt you. This shift was intentional, designed to provoke a response. After people ignored past warnings, agencies brought in communication experts to revamp their strategies. Their solution? Use emotional, vivid language to break through the noise and capture attention. The result? A fire hose of fear, saturating the public with urgent messages. Your phone buzzes with alerts about treacherous travel, and potentially fatal consequences, urging caution. The goal is safety, but the method often induces panic, leaving people on edge. Agencies have moved from merely reporting facts to actively managing crises, a significant shift in approach. It's a different job, and it changes how we respond, altering our daily decisions. Are we truly safer, or just more anxious and overwhelmed by constant alerts? The line between information and alarm is blurrier than ever, challenging our perception, and that has real consequences affecting how we live and react to the world around us. Here's the thing, scary warnings work, at least at first. Words like catastrophic trigger your brain's panic button, making you pay attention and take action. In real emergencies, that jolt can save lives. That's why agencies defend impact-based warnings. They cut through the noise and prompt preparation, but fear has diminishing returns. The first life-threatening cold snap is alarming. By the fifth, you're numb. This is warning fatigue, the boy who cried wolf effect. Overusing extreme language devalues it. Catastrophic becomes pretty bad. Life-threatening becomes wear a scarf. When a truly historic event hits, people might ignore it, because every alert sounds the same. The tool meant to save lives can end up dulling our response. If everything is an emergency, nothing is. That's the risk of constant alarm. Some critics see more than just public safety behind the drama. Conditioning people to react to government alarms makes populations more compliant. During weather emergencies, authorities can impose travel bans and curfews, expanding state power. If people are always told they're in danger, they're more likely to accept restrictions without question. There's also a battle for attention. Agencies compete with media and influencers, so they use the most extreme language to stay authoritative. The result? Dependence. If you believe only the government can keep you safe, you stop trusting your own judgment. Instead of checking the weather yourself, you wait for the official alert to tell you how scared to be. It's subtle control, shaping behavior through fear, not force. The more dramatic the warning, the more you rely on the source. And that's a powerful tool. Let's talk about climate change, the elephant in the snowstorm. The climate narrative used to focus on heat, but how do you keep people worried when it's record-breaking cold? Instead of explaining complex science, it's easier to label every event extreme and dangerous. Both heat waves and cold snaps become evidence of a climate in crisis. This builds urgency, which can justify sweeping policy changes. Fear makes people more likely to support government interventions and regulations. Critics argue this is atmospheric marketing, using weather drama to push a political agenda. Scientists say it's about raising awareness, not manipulation. But the debate isn't about the science, it's about how fear is used to shape public opinion. Every catastrophic cold snap becomes a tool in a much bigger fight. Let's be clear, extreme cold is deadly, no matter how it's described. It's not just uncomfortable or inconvenient, it's a real threat to your life and health, especially when temperatures plummet rapidly or stay dangerously low for days. Hypothermia can set in fast, sometimes in less than an hour, especially if you're wet or exposed to wind. It leads to confusion, slowed reactions, organ failure, and, if untreated, death. Even experienced hikers and outdoor workers can fall victim before they realize what's happening. Frostbite is another danger. It can cause permanent tissue damage or even require amputation in just minutes of exposure. Fingers, toes, ears, and noses are especially at risk, and the damage can be life-altering. Indirect dangers, like carbon monoxide poisoning from faulty heaters, heart attacks from shoveling heavy snow, and car accidents on icy roads, are just as deadly as the cold itself. The most vulnerable, elderly, children, and people without shelter, face the highest risk. For them, even a short exposure can be catastrophic. For these groups, life-threatening cold isn't just a phrase or media hype. It's a daily, sometimes hourly, reality during winter storms. Just a few degrees can mean the difference between mild discomfort and a true disaster. When the mercury drops, the risks multiply quickly. When agencies issue dramatic warnings, they're not exaggerating. They're trying to reach those who need it most, before it's too late. The language may seem overblown to some, but for others, those warnings can mean the difference between life and death. Skepticism about how the message is delivered shouldn't overshadow the very real danger that cold weather brings. The threat is real, even if the words sound dramatic or urgent. Every winter lives are lost because warnings weren't taken seriously. So, take the risk seriously, even if you question the delivery. Prepare. Check on others, and don't underestimate the cold. Sometimes, the drama is justified, because the consequences of ignoring it can be tragic. Don't let skepticism or doubt put you or your loved ones in harm's way. Stay safe, stay informed, and respect the power of the cold. We know cold is dangerous and warnings save lives, but constant alarm has a downside. When every cold snap is historic, people start tuning out. This is alert fatigue. The more often you hear catastrophic, the less it means. In places used to cold, repeated extreme warnings become background noise. The first alert prompts action, the fifth is ignored. This paradox means efforts to increase safety can actually reduce it. When a truly exceptional storm hits, the public might not listen. The warnings sound the same as last week's crisis that wasn't. Credibility is key. If you call every blizzard catastrophic, you lose trust. Trust is built on accuracy and restraint. Once lost, it's hard to regain. In emergencies, trust is everything. Overwarning spends that trust fast, and that's a risk we can't afford. Who gains from constant weather drama? It's not just about public safety. Media outlets profit, fearful headlines get more clicks and ad revenue. Government agencies and politicians benefit too. Fear makes populations easier to manage and helps push policy. Emergency declarations unlock funding and expand executive power. The preparedness industry cashes in. Every bomb cyclone means a run on supplies. Corporations selling winter gear and emergency kits see sales spike. It's not a conspiracy, just a convergence of interests. Government, media, and business all benefit from keeping the public on edge. The public is caught in the middle, supposedly safer, but also more anxious and less trusting. The cost: constant anxiety, an eroded critical judgment. The benefit: maybe safety, but at what price? It's a perfect storm of incentives, and you're the target. So what should you do? Don't blindly trust every alert, but don't ignore them either. The answer is critical thinking. When you see a dramatic warning, check the actual data. Temperature, wind chill, snowfall. Does the forecast match the hype? Separate emotional language from objective facts. Tailor your response to your own situation. Health, home, car, neighbors. Official warnings are broad. Your plan should be personal. Prepare, but let the real risk, not the scariest headline, guide you. The real issue is trust and attention. Don't tune out, tune in smarter. Question the language, scrutinize motives, look at the data, talk to your neighbors, make informed decisions. The best preparedness kit is a sharp mind. Don't let anyone scare you out of your own good judgment.